What's up everyone, welcome back here to the Megan Moose channel. Thanks so much for tuning into another video. Well, I know I'm in my car, guys, and you probably think we are here for another Disney vlog, but we're not. We are here visiting the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Center today. So since I'm currently working at the Kennedy Space Center, I actually get free admission to the Visitor Center complex, and I haven't been in all of the years that I've worked out at the Space Center, so I thought that it was finally time for me to come and check it out for myself and see what they have going on here. So it's been a couple of years since I've been able to visit for myself, and I'm very excited to get back there today. It looks a lot different from when I had visited a few years ago, so I'm really excited to get on in there, see what they've got going on, show you guys around in case you've never been before, and also freshen up on my space history. So let's go ahead and get right on in there. All right, so here we are walking into the Visitor Center complex here. It's a pretty big complex. Over here they've got a launch countdown, which is pretty cool. Got some places where you can get your own tickets, or you can go to a ticket booth here. Then they've also got a sign here talking about how much it is for general admissions. It looks like $57 for the adults and $47 for children, but they also have some annual pass options here if you live in the area and want to visit more than once. So we're gonna go over to here in the corner back there where it says will call. I gotta go pick up my ticket since I work on center, so we're gonna go and do that and then head on in. We've got our ticket here to get on into the visitor center. I also picked up a map because unlike Disney, I know some of what they have going on here, but I want to make sure that I get to everything today. So I got a map to make sure we are able to check everything off of the list. Then we've also got a schedule here. So we're going to go ahead, use our ticket, get on in there and see what we can start our day off with. So another big part of visiting the Kennedy Space Center visitor complex are the bus tours that they take out onto the Space Center. So right now they're doing, you have to have a ticket in a slot to go and ride the buses. So I'm happy they brought them back. During the pandemic they had closed down the bus tours, but they're actually back, so I'm very happy about that. So we actually got a spot for 11 a.m. So we have about a half hour until our bus slot is opened up. I think they said it's about 10 minutes that they're going to start boarding for the bus tour. So I'm going to go ahead and start my day doing the bus tour, just so that way we are able to actually do that, and then we'll come back and check out the rest of the complex here. Well, we just got done doing the bus tour. That will be a separate vlog that I will attach above here, but they spit us out at the perfect spot. We are going to go and do the Atlantis exhibit now. So I'm very excited for this. This is probably one of my favorite exhibits here at the Space Center, based on my last trip that I had made here. So we're gonna go ahead and hop on in here, show you guys what they got. All right, here we go to the Atlantis exhibit. This is another pretty neat thing to be standing beneath just to see the actual size of it. Alright, there's a little pre-show before you see Atlantis. We can't film it, but I'll see you guys when we are in the Atlantis exhibit. And here we have Atlantis. So before you get into this part of the exhibit, you are in a little bit of a pre-show here that spits you out, and you get to see Atlantis for the first time in all her glory. She's got a pretty cool screen in the background. It looks like she's in space. But it was actually funny, the first time that I came in this exhibit, I did not know that, even though it's the Atlantis exhibit, I did not know that the actual Atlantis was here. So whenever they spit you out, it kind of spooked me at first because you come face to face with it. But it's super cool. You can see it all opened up here. You can also see the Canadarm, or Canadarm, I think it's called. But definitely a really neat thing to see. Here also is a prototype, or the actual prototype that they had for the idea of Atlantis, or the idea for the reusable shuttle that they wanted to build. All right, here's some fun facts about Atlantis here. So Atlantis was in service for 26 years and flew 33 missions. Every time she launched as a rocket, flew as a spacecraft, and landed as a glider. This will give you a little bit of an idea of the size of Atlantis. The cargo bay measures 60 feet long and 15 feet in diameter, and can carry cargo from the size of a school bus to a loaf of bread. This is also fun, a little look at some space food here. It says candy coated chocolates. I bet those are like M&Ms, cheddar cheese spread, What do we have here? Some granola, oat cereal. What's this here? Oh, dried strawberries. Interesting. Turkey tetrazzini. Oh, some chicken breast pouches. Wow, does that look appetizing to you? Would you eat space food? Here's an up-close view of one of the engines. Pretty big again, you can see the people standing beside it. Definitely really neat to be so close. Here's a little Atlantis mock-up that you can go inside. Let's see what it looks like for ourselves here. You go in, you come and actually sit, pretend like you are flying Atlantis yourself. Don't mind me, just flying Atlantis. Lots of controls here you gotta learn how to use or even know what they do. So this actually was pretty interesting to me. So this is astronaut Bruce McCandless here, and he was the first person to use the Manned Maneuvering Unit, or the MMU. So you can see him up above here, a little mock-up of him using it, but this was a little bit profound to me. So this quote here, it says, "It may have been one small step for Neil, but it's a heck of a big leap for me." And look at him, just floating around in space there. It says astronaut Bruce McCandless, first person to fly the MMU in space. How would that make you feel? Being the first person just out there in space floating around. I think it would be pretty neat, but also a little bit spooky. Here's the back side of Atlantis. A little look at the boosters, the engines here. Wow. Here's a diagram of all of the parts of Atlantis. Definitely a lot that goes into building a space shuttle, I will say. It says here that the space shuttle has over 2.5 million parts, but all of them are carefully documented. Here's the underneath of Atlantis. You can get a really good view of all of those shuttle tiles. Also down below here, they've got some other little exhibits to go check out. They also have a little kids play area here with a slide. So we'll hop down there and see what we can see. This is pretty neat. As we're going downstairs, it shows the different stages of Atlantis coming back into Earth. And here's a look at it whenever it's coming into Earth's atmosphere. Pretty hot. So if you've ever wondered how astronauts go to the restroom in space, it actually is quite the process here. It kind of lays out all the steps, everything that they have to go through or think about whenever going to the bathroom. They have to take a seat, they have to strap in so that way they don't float away. In training, they actually have to use a camera, but whenever they are actually in space, they don't get to use a camera. They have to do it based on experience. There might be some minor coaxing that you need to do to facilitate the process. You need to make sure it's all flushed properly, and then cleanup happens. And if you've ever wondered how they sleep in space, it looks like they get their own little pod here. They actually go and get strapped into this, it looks like a sleeping bag. They get strapped in to sleep for the night. Here's a replica of Atlantis with it being 1/15th scale of the actual Atlantis. But over here you can also see the landing wheels of Atlantis and the size of them, based on the kids over there. I'm not going to do it today, but they actually have a shuttle launching experience that you can go and see what it's like to launch on a shuttle. Here we've got a look at another Astro van, a little bit different from the last model we looked at. As you leave the Atlantis exhibit, it pops you out here to a very nice Astronaut Memorial. So we finished up at Atlantis and it's about 1:30 now, and I think it's only fitting that when visiting the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Center, she gets some type of space-related treat. So we're gonna hop on over and get some Dippin' Dots. Alrighty, so we got ourselves some Space Dots here. I was mistaken, not Dippin' Dots, but I got the cotton candy flavor and then cookies and cream. I absolutely love Dippin' Dots. I haven't had them in forever, so I'm excited to have some again. Very good. Good space snack. Well, I finished my Space Dots eating in this little picnic table area. It looks like they also have an Orbit Cafe if you want to get some more food or lunch or whatever while you're visiting here. And then I'm going to go into the Space Shop now, the world's largest apparently. We'll see what kind of merchandise they have. The engineer within me loves this shirt. I actually have a keychain of it from a while ago, but I think that's so fun. Lots of different t-shirt options that you can choose from. And they even have a second story. They've got some Lego options up there. Some little stuffed animals, some tumblers and cups over there. Other fun fact type things. They have a crew access arm walkway across here, which is pretty neat. So, pretty neat gift shop. We didn't get to look at this earlier, but this is the Astronaut Trainee Experience Center. So this is an extra charge. I think someone said it was about $30 extra. So that's another thing that you can take advantage of when coming to the visitor complex here. All right, we saw a majority of the visitor complex here, except for when we first walked in, we did not get to go through the rocket garden yet. So I think that is the only remaining thing that we have to do here today. So we'll check this out and then probably head our way out of the visitor center.
On the other side over here.
Like other exhibits, they also have a guided tour that happens every so often. So you have a tour guide that'll walk you around the rocket garden here and tell you a little bit of facts about the rocket garden. Here's the schedule for the guided tour. Currently it's 15 minutes long.
Now the rest are really, your feet are supposed to be up and your head's supposed to be down. So you're not in a very comfortable position, I can say that. And Alan Shepard's going to be the first one to make the first flight, May 5th, 1961. He's going to take a 15-minute trip off of pad number 5. And he's going to go 116 miles into space, downrange about 300 miles before you know it, he splashed home in the Atlantic Ocean. 2 months later, Virgil Gus Frisco will make identical mission. Only difference when Gus is 4 trips around here with Gus Frisco and John Young. John Young is the first astronaut to have 6 missions in his career. Twice for Gemini, twice on Apollo, and twice on Space Shuttle. He commanded the first shuttle flight. Gemini 4 is the... I don't think anybody really wanted to open the door. You have to learn operation of flight. We also need to learn to touch another object. What rocket's going to help us? This is what we're standing right next to. This big silver rocket, the Atlas Agena, standing in front of that. So first of all, launch the Atlas Agena. About an hour and a half later, launch the Gemini attitude. Let's seek out the target. And he's well around for a couple of hours. He lost about 12 pounds of weight in 2 hours. That's much water spread out his body. So he finally made it back inside the capsule. So everything we did in those beginning times, they weren't working as well as we wanted to. But they were.
Looks like they're also building a new building over here that I haven't seen since the last time that I was here. So I'll be curious when I come back next what it ends up being. And with that, we will be saying goodbye to the Visitor Center complex. Well everyone, that is just about going to have to do it for our day at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. I am super excited that I had the chance to go back and visit after a while. It was definitely time that I go and check it out again. It was super neat. There definitely were some new things that I hadn't seen since the last time that I went, but I think my favorite part of all is definitely just being able to go and see the Atlantis exhibit. I think it's really neat, all of the history there and getting to see Atlantis in real life. But also the bus tour to the Saturn V Center is also very neat. I definitely like that as well. So I highly recommend planning a trip or a visit to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex if you are ever in Florida or in the Orlando area. It definitely is something that is family friendly, fun for all ages, and I highly recommend blocking out some time in your day to come and visit the visitor center here, because there definitely is a lot to do. I got here around 10 o'clock and I'm leaving around 2, so I definitely recommend planning a day around this. You will need some time to get everything in, but other than that, really enjoyed my time here, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching as well. I know I don't have a huge space history background, so I appreciate you bearing with me as I was showing off some things, but I hope you guys enjoyed either way. So thanks so much for tuning in today. If you want to keep up with future vlogs, definitely hit that subscribe button and I'll keep you posted on my next adventures. So thanks so much, you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. See you guys.